What's up, fellow traders? Looking at XAUUSD, our gold chart this Sunday afternoon on June 21st. Looking for some bullish continuation here. On the monthly time frame, we have a really interesting look. We've had this really strong run up, this really explosive move that started earlier in 2018 after setting this pretty significant low on the 1160. And now in this big move, we had a monthly double bottom at the 1451 and then monthly follow through, decreasing bull volume as we're approaching some key resistance here around the 1800 level. RSI is quite top-ish as we're approaching that level. We can see we tended to reject from around this zone in the past when we're above this 80 level. Again, peaked here at 79, and then now we're looking at 77.50. So we're looking for a potential bull follow through from a daily inverse head and shoulder pattern, which I'll get to in a second. On the weekly, bulls had this weekly higher low earlier in, what month is it? June. So in May, we had this low, which was 1670. Now we're looking for the daily inverse head and shoulders, which I'll show the daily look in a second, to retest this recent high of 1765. On the daily, this is that daily inverse head and shoulders that I mentioned a second ago. Typically, we look for an inverse head and shoulders at the bottom of consolidations to show bears getting a lack of follow through, bulls showing constructive look, and then a break of consecutive stops. Here, this shoulder is under this shoulder, which is what we would want for this look. The psychology behind it is as we get to see a break of the 1744.91 level, the 1745 is right behind it. As you get stacked resistances, you get the stop buys from different traders triggering in a cascading effect. So you get this, in theory, you look for an explosive follow-through move. So this is, I'll draw it out here just to make it a little bit more clear. You have one shoulder, you have the head and neckline, then you have the other shoulder here. Key resistances, let's draw those in. We had 1745, we had 1744. Bulls opened here with futures on Sunday afternoon. Broke through this level, now approaching the 1754 key resistance from earlier in May. Up next is the 1765. For me to show a really strong follow through from this pattern, we needed to break this first level. Now for increased confidence, we need to get over the 1754. Otherwise, we may be looking for a daily higher low. On any consolidation for a daily higher low, I'm extremely interested in getting some bull positions. I'll get to some names in a second that we can look for. If we see a lack of follow through as we get into this zone, into the 1765 and beyond, I just look for consolidation on the monthly. Again, referencing that we are quite extended on the monthly RSI time frame, up at 77 RSI. Historically, we've pulled back from these zones before, in the 79, and then before. I guess which is less valid over here, which is the 83 RSI. I believe that was all-time high at the time. So yeah, on the monthly time frame, we're looking healthy after showing a quick consolidation. Bulls bought this dip, showing this lower wick or lower tail of buying. We would expect to see follow through. If we do see follow through, we'd expect to test the 1796, 1800 psychological level would be a good area to target for longer term swing traders. As I mentioned, a couple different names to play gold. GLD is a great ETF that I've played before. I've swung it in my TFSA numerous times. And in this, you can see it tracks gold directly. It's also forming this inverse head and shoulder pattern. If a word of caution, if trading, I stick to the levels on XAUUSD. I execute in GLD, but I use different triggers and alerts tracking XAUUSD to be more direct. If you want a little more volatile name, you can use UGold. UGold is a 3x long leverage of GLD and thereby XAUUSD. So if you get a 1% move in gold, you'll get a 3% move in U gold. The bear version of this is DGLD. I won't bring that ticker up for now, but this you can see from Friday we had some quite significant movement into U gold, so we can see bulls buying into that name. So yeah, we're looking quite constructive on the gold chart, and I would be looking for any consolidation on the daily time frame to look to enter long. Typically, I've had really great success with scaling into long positions and bullish patterns in hourly or 4-hour oversold levels. So that's what I'd be looking for in a gold position over the coming days and weeks. Any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comment section. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. And otherwise, have a good rest of your Sunday. Peace.